These are the plaintiffs, Joseph and Colette Kroc. They say they mistakenly bought a Jeep from their friends. The thing doesn't run right, and now they can't get them to get their money back. They're just so upset over this whole situation. Never in a million years did they think they'd be this uncomfortable with their friends and in need of the judge's help to set things right. They're suing for $3,000, the amount they paid for the car. These are the defendants, Dennis and Jeanette Levine. They say once the Jeep passed inspection, the plaintiffs decided to buy it. They did nothing wrong, did not misrepresent anything. And if they're not happy with the Jeep, they're free to turn around and sell it to someone else. They're accused of being unfriendly to friends.
Okay, Joseph and Colette Kroc?
Yes.
You are suing Dennis and Jeanette Levine?
Yes.
For $3,000 that you say you want them to return to you, the amount you paid for a vehicle they sold you that has turned out to be a lemon. Talk to me. Tell me what happened here.
Hi, Your Honor. We agreed to buy a 1997 Jeep Grand Cherokee from the defendants for $3,000 if they made a couple repairs to it.
How did you guys, you folks actually knew each other beforehand?
We're very long-time family friends. I'm actually named after Jeanette's mother. And then we kind of grew up together, and I've known Jeanette since she was little, since I was little. I'm a couple years older than her.
Lord, why would you buy a car from each other? It's like the last people you want to buy a car from are friends, because look at you now.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Joe had some concerns because it has 250,000 miles on it. So Joe had a lot of concerns and talked to Dennis on the phone for about a half an hour about it. And Dennis said and he also told me on Facebook that the only problem is that the coolant sensor comes on briefly when you first start the car, but that's it. And we agreed that my mom would go test drive it. Thank you. Would go test drive the vehicle because she lives close to them. We live in Iowa now, and they live in Michigan.
Oh my goodness.
So my mom was going to go over and talk to them and test drive it for us. And Joe and I talked about it, and we said, okay, well, if Dennis agrees to fix the coolant sensor issue, then we'll pay the $3,000 he's asking. And as long as it checks out with my mom. So Mom went over the next day to test drive it. We didn't think we needed to take someone with her that knows about car, take it to a mechanic, because honestly, Dennis is the kind of friend you'd take with you to vet a used car.
Yeah, but it's his car he's selling.
We figured, okay,
that
well, it's
part
not
didn't come into play, that it's actually his car, so he's no longer a neutral and unbiased. All right, so go on.
Unfortunately, no. They also, the headliner in the Jeep is falling down.
Was it falling down when your mother saw it?
No. She's like, no, I would have told you that. I mean, it's not something you can miss, because I have photos of it as well. When you open the door, you can see it's hanging down. 1 second.
So your mom sees it, your mom says it looks good.
Yeah,
and
she said
what arrangements do you make to transfer the car?
We agreed that we were going to be in Chicago. So we were going to meet there on October 9th, that Saturday, because we had tickets to take our 3-year-old son, Nigel, to see Yo Gabba Gabba in Chicago. So we were going to all meet up then. Then on Thursday, October 7th, I get a message on Facebook from Dennis saying, oh, hey, I replaced the fuel pump because I thought it was getting weak. And what we came to find out, though, on October 21st, later, after everything happened, he says, well, when we were driving it on Thursday, October 7th, it started acting funny. And I did some research, and so I replaced the fuel pump, and I also replaced the ignition coil, which he never told us about, and they never told us it was acting funny.
He tells you that when? Before or after you take the car, does he tell you it has been acting funny, so I did X?
Before and after.
All right, so go on.
So then on Saturday, we were supposed to meet at 10 a.m. to pick up the car. My mother got a call from him at 8:40 a.m., about an hour and 20 minutes beforehand, saying, oh, sorry, the Jeep died on the way to Chicago. It's in the shop.
What happened on the way to Chicago? A funny thing happened on the way to Chicago. What was it?
We were driving Friday night, the 8th, and 2 o'clock in the morning it died. It was driving funny for the 100 miles prior to that, but we thought, let's just get it there. We'll have it fixed once we get there, but it didn't. It died in Michigan City, actually. It wouldn't restart. We got off the side of the road, side of the freeway. We had our daughter with us. We had our dog with us. At 2 o'clock in the morning, we had to have it towed. So we had it towed to a garage in Michigan City.
I'm not sure I would have been driving at 2 in the morning with my dog and my daughter if it had been acting funny for 100 miles.
We already left And it was it was after
started
work.
acting funny
Yeah.
after we left, and it's always easier to take our daughter somewhere when she's sleeping. So
Yeah, that I do understand.
she's only
But anyway,
15
so what'd you do
months,
at 2 in the morning on this?
we had it towed. We had to stay in a hotel overnight because the garage was not open. It was not 24 hours, so we had it fixed in the morning. They told us it was the battery cable, so they replaced it.
Okay.
When we got to it,
Do you have the
it
receipt
started.
for that?
I don't have the receipt for
You
that.
have it? Okay, so you did inform them that this had happened?
Yes. Yes,
All
we
right, and
did.
when you tell them that, do they say, we're backing out, we don't want anything to do with the car,
No.
it's scaring us?
No.
No.
So-
What do they say?
They said that they wanted it fixed by a mechanic, you know, a good mechanic, not a side-of-the-road mechanic, and that it also had to pass an inspection at a Jeep dealership.
Okay.
They would pay for the inspection. And
That
if it-
sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
So what happens?
Well, what she's not telling you is that it died again on the way to Chicago after they picked
How many
it up.
times does it have to die to be a notice to you that maybe you should
Well,
back out? All right, so
yeah.
then now it gets to Chicago, and is it taken to a dealership?
Ultimately, what happened?
I don't know, what is ultimately?
I-
Before you accept possession of the car, was it taken to a dealership?
Yes.
What was done at that dealership?
Okay, would you ever buy a Jeep or a vehicle from a friend? Ever from a friend?
No.
Why?
Number one, it wouldn't meet up to my standards.
Well, you don't know that. I mean, it could be a great car.
It ain't no Jaguar.
Well, okay, it's not that it's a Jeep specifically. Would you ever buy a vehicle from a friend?
I probably would. I trust my friends.
Is it better to trust a friend than a stranger when it comes to buying something?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, guys, what you're not thinking of is if something goes bad, you're going to ruin a friendship, right? Well, get into it. Going inside the courtroom.
Let's see, they replaced
Distributor cap and rotor.
distributor cap and rotor,
Did that appear to fix it?
Yes.
And how much was that repair?
$350.
And you paid for that repair?
We did.
But now, what about the idea of having the thing inspected to predict future issues? Did that happen?
We did have it inspected,
And
they,
you paid for that?
We did pay for that.
And that's what I read in these papers are 101 point inspection?
Yeah,
Is that what
110
it's
point
called?
inspection. Yep.
Okay.
And they performed that, and they informed us that the coolant.
Darn if the 102nd thing didn't go wrong after the sale takes
Yeah.
place, you know?
They informed us that it seemed to be fine. They believed that the distributor cap and rotor fixed the problem, but it had already taken 4 attempts to fix it, so who knows. And that the coolant sensor light, which was part of the original condition of sale, was not fixed. The
Okay.
coolant light was on continually when the car was running.
Did you fix the coolant
We
light?
did
then?
replace
Yes.
the coolant sensor.
Okay, so the light is on still. What's
Yes,
the problem?
the light is on. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know why the light is still on.
All right, so then what happens?
When we picked up the car, my husband drove it, and it stalled out 13 times on the way home. The dealership did not correct the problem.
Let me hear from you, the
Well,
dynamics
there was
behind.
a little bit more. We did tell them every step of the way what was happening. It did die the 4 times, but we were able to get it revived to drive it to the dealership. It wasn't dead on arrival. We have offered several times to help them sell it, but at this point, we didn't know what was wrong with it. They wouldn't tell us if they had gotten any estimates for repairs. So if we were even to list it on Craigslist for them to show it,
You don't need to, okay, stop. Let me explain something to you guys. This is an as-is sale. That is the law when you buy a used car. The exception to that is when somebody lies to you. Being wrong is not the same as lying.
I understand.
Okay? So I have to look at their conduct and see, is there any time at any point where they misrepresented something? I've never seen people so candid about everything on a sale and people who know they're so candid and still buy it. Like, it's such a red flag. Oh, just stopped several times on the way over here. Oh, we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to. Okay, I'm not going to buy it. But you wanted it really badly. That's what we call going to Vegas, okay? You went to Vegas. You took a gamble, you took the car, and now you're complaining about the gamble you took because you lost. Can you imagine if I went to the dealership and said, I don't like how this turned out, can I have my money back? That's not
understand.
going to happen.
There are-
And this ends up not just causing this chasm between the 4 of you who have been friends all your life, well, the 2 of you have been friends all your lives, but between your mothers. Because as I understand it, the mothers now don't talk to each other, correct?
Right.
How'd that work out for you?
not so good.
Your Honor.
Not so good, right?
Your
I
Honor.
got along really well with her mother, really well. She was like an aunt to me. I loved her, I still do. And she quit talking to me all of a sudden. I'm like, I look on Facebook, she's gone. I can't find, she blocked me. And I was like, wow. I mean, a friend to a friend, if my friend offended, I would go to my friend and say, hey, you know, let's talk about this. Let's work this out. But instead, she just blocked me and totally doesn't talk to me anymore. And all the gifts we've given them, Kitty, everything we've given her, she sent us in a big box. She gave us a big box. Everything came back.
Anonymously.
It was
That's so
anonymous.
sad.
It was sad. It's very
It
sad.
is sad. This is why you don't do business with friends.
Right. No, I agree. I'll never sell another card to a friend.
Love of God. Now let's talk about the coolant issue, which is the only thing I am concerned about. I understand you're showing me a receipt that shows that you put in a new thing, but if the light's still on, no one will ever know if it works or if it doesn't work. This is sort of strange. I can't tell if this work has been done or not. This work from Midwest Fabrication and Service Center, was that actually done?
It has not been done.
There is no separate estimate for what it costs to address the coolant sensor.
I'm sorry, he put everything
That's all
on
right.
the same form.
Yep, I'll just take a reasonable guesstimate, and I'm going to award the plaintiff in this case the amount of $150 to fix that issue. Okay? That's my verdict.
Thank
Good
you,
luck.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so come on in here and tell me what you think of the outcome of this case here.
I'm pleased that they could see that that the judge could see that it was not intentional.
I know. And the friendship is the main thing. I mean, that's sad.
Yeah,
That is
it's very sad. I was
it's
very
only a
close to
few
her.
dollars.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
money. How can you allow
Right.
that to happen?
Right.
Yeah,
I agree.
we were disappointed too.
I mean, all the animosity is coming from their side and not from yours?
Yeah, we have no animosity towards them. We still love them. We feel really bad that this happened.
Well, what are you
really
going to do to get those moms together again?
I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know about that, but I'm willing to talk to them. We are willing to talk to them. We're willing.
All right,
There's
okay.
no animosity on our side.
All right, let's see what happens when they come out here. They're willing to talk to you, and they're willing to say, let bygones be bygones. The judge says you were wrong. Can you accept it?
Yeah, I can, and that's fine. Unfortunately, they misrepresented the tires. Jeanette lied on the title, but that's fine. You know,
You're
it
still
is what
ticked-
it is.
you're still
I'm very
ticked
ticked off.
off, yeah.
I am, because I think they sold our friendship for $3,000. But that's fine. We'll fix the Jeep. We'll drive the Jeep, and I hope they're very happy with their Jetta.
You are not willing to talk to them.
Not until Satan needs a parka.
All right, Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, a lot of people think that there's a 3-day cooling off period when you buy a car that you can go back and say, you know, I changed my mind. Not so. You go to a dealership, you buy a car, or from a private party, you're stuck. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.